Well, let's see what we got coming now. Of course. Turn Me Loose. Wow. Big intro. Crowd goes crazy when we start this song. Luckily. This is another song off the first album, and man, we had some interesting stuff happen to us. We're in New York, and we found out that during the beginning of Turn Me Loose's release to radio, they had independent promoters promoting the record, which is people that don't work in the record company, but they're hired to promote the record independently. So CBS or Columbia decided they weren't going to use them anymore, so they basically fired the independent promoters for records, singles and stuff. So one of the representatives went up to the office in the Chrysler building, or no, it wasn't even the Chrysler building, it was the Columbia Records, the big black building anyways, in New York, and decided to argue that they didn't want to be fired as independent record promoters. So to prove a point, there was a billboard taped to the wall of the office of the president of Columbia Records. And for some reason, the guy had a dartboard close by. The independent record promoter picks up a dart and he says, wherever this dart lands, I'm going to kill that record. Now, this is a true story. So he picks up the dart and he throws it onto the top 100 sheet. And we were sitting at that time at number 40. And it hit number 40. It hit Turn Me Loose. And he says, this record's never going to go past 40. And it didn't. One of our biggest songs ever to this day. And it never climbed past number 40 because of the fight they had with the independent record promoters. Now, talk about a career killer. And luckily, we just kept going on tour with different bands, and it didn't matter much to us anymore. But, you know, it just shows you how strong the independent record promoters were at the time. And shortly thereafter, CBS said, okay, we're going to hire you back. And sorry for the confusion. And you know, that could have really killed a band's career. We had this record done, and we posed for these goofy pictures, which to this day I'm still embarrassed by. Looks like a bunch of shots from a Mork and Mindy TV show. Anyways, we couldn't figure out what was going on with the front of this cover, other than the fact that this is the artist, the photographer, the record designer, and her name was Barbara Aston, and she decided to stand in front of a Polaroid camera and take a picture of herself just to see how it would look. And in the background was the red. She had a smoke in her hand. A lot of people don't know if it was a guy or a girl. It was a girl, Barbara Aston. And after the Polaroid was taken, she took it over to a typewriter and she typed the lyrics to Little Girls, which is a song on this album. And as the typewriter splashed, it made the print, which we still use as Loverboy's print today. And very creative, because nobody could tell if this was Loverboy, if this was Lover Girl, if this was a person in the band, because it was nobody in the band. So that's kind of an interesting way to do an album cover. Yeah, very cool. I went in, recorded the song. We had Bruce Fairbairn and Bob Rock, Mike Fraser, all people that are extremely famous now. Sadly, Bruce Fairbairn passed, but everybody else is still there. And I remember cutting the song and putting it away, and it was all done. And one night I drove into town, went to the studio, and I just had this feeling, and I don't know what it was all about, but I wanted to sing it again. And Bruce and like, well, you know, we can't just pull that up and sing it again. It takes an hour to get that all set up. And Paul was doing some recording of guitars and stuff. And I kind of pleaded with him to do it, so they did. And I went in and sang this song again. I changed a bunch of the words, and I threw the scream in, which I kind of wish I hadn't done it now, because I got to scream at the top of my lungs every time I perform this song now. So it's one of those things you did, but you wish you hadn't done. But it's very effective. Do you remember the scream? I do. And once again, this is another record that still sounds good on the radio, and I hear it quite often. Wow. 1980, folks. The radio loved it because of the way it ended. Then they could jump right in and go, Loverboy. Let's pull that up. Ooh, almost played another song there. Anyways, that's the Turn Me Loose, the saga of Turn Me Loose, which was really a great memory. I mean, the whole first album was a great memory.
Thanks for watching Behind the Vinyl. We have got a ton more episodes available to you. Your favorite artists with your favorite stories. And here's the thing, we're updating Behind the Vinyl all the time. So if you want to stay up to date on that, simply subscribe by clicking right up here. And you could do us a huge favor by sharing some Behind the Vinyls on your socials. Thanks.